Hello, everyone. This game was played in 1958 between Bobby Fischer and Samuel Reshevsky. Even though the game is very short, it is very interesting and worth watching. Samuel Reshevsky was an amazing chess player. He had a long chess career and played against 11 world champions. Out of those 11, he defeated 7, including famous champions like Lasker, Capablanca, and Alexander Alekhine. Because of this, it's hard to believe that such a strong player could fall into a trap. Many people call this game Bobby Fischer's trap or Bobby's trap. But after the game, Bobby Fischer said that he had actually learned this trap from an old Russian chess magazine from the 1950s. Bobby also said that at that time, he believed Samuel Reshevsky was the strongest chess player in the world. Now let's take a look at this short but brilliant game between two great rivals. Bobby is white and he plays e4. Reshevsky is black. He goes c5, the Sicilian defense. Knight to f3, knight c6, d4c takes d4. Knight takes d4, and now g6, going for the accelerated dragon setup. The knight comes to c3. At this point, Fischer chooses a sharp and aggressive plan. He does not play c4, which would lead to the quiet Marashi bind that is more popular today. Bishop to g7, bishop to e3, knight to f6. And now comes a very important moment. Fischer plays bishop to c4, a move he loved to use. It looks natural, but it also hides a dangerous idea. Reshevsky castles kingside, but this move is risky. In fact, black is walking straight into a trap, and black also has a trap of his own in mind. He's hoping for white to play f3 and organize an attack with queen d2 with bishop h6. But playing this move would actually be a mistake, because the queen to b6 is a very ugly move for white, as he's attacking the b2 pawn. After white protects it somehow, like bishop to d3, now black has this resource of playing knight takes on a4, and this is at least an equal position for black, which Fischer doesn't allow, of course. So in this position, Fischer plays another of his signature moves, bishop to b3. This is a tricky move. This is the position that's called Bobby's trap. He's inviting black to play knight to a5 and try to exchange this stronger light square bishop, which for no reason, Samuel Reshevsky plays and falls for the trap. He plays knight to a5. And this is what happens next. Bobby plays a5. Now if Reshevsky captures on b3, then he simply loses a piece after e takes f6 and knight takes on b1. So there's only one place for the knight to go, and that's knight to e7. But this is a very big blunder. As Fischer plays, bishop takes on f7. At this point, black could already resign. Reshevsky most likely saw what was coming. But these two players were great rivals, and Reshevsky didn't want to give Fischer such a quick and beautiful win. He didn't want this game to end as a miniature. So even though resigning was an option here, he decided to keep playing. He played the rook takes on f7. Here, Fischer plays knight e6 and traps the black queen. There is no place for black queen to go. Once again, this is a position where Reshevsky could have resigned, but instead of giving up, he chose to capture and sacrifice his queen. He continued playing for a few more moves, and only after that did he finally resign. But it's interesting to see what happens if the king takes on f7. If the king captures on f7, white plays knight to a6, and once again the queen is trapped. But now the king can capture here. King takes on a6, but this is even worse as black is getting checkmated. Queen to d5 check. King goes to f5, g4 check. King captures, rook to g1 check, king to h4. Queen to e4 check, and after king h5, queen to e4 checkmate. Black still has a few moves available, but they all lead to checkmate anyway. At this point, it doesn't really matter what black plays. So this is the key position, move 7, where Bobby Fischer played bishop to b3. On the very next move, this great grandmaster, Samuel Reshevsky, makes a serious mistake and plays knight to a5 on move 8. After that, the outcome is already decided. And the rest, as they say, is history. That's the game. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.